This is the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE front-wheel drive. Do the features match the price? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Mike Morgan Hyundai in Shreveport, Louisiana to go over the particulars on this Santa Cruz. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. The exterior color is Atlas white and it has a black interior and full LED lighting here on the front end. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and the LED turn signal indicators are going to be here as well. You have 10 separate LED daytime running lights, I should say. Can you imagine 10 LED headlights? Boy, I had a big tongue twister right there. That would be a bit much, but some of you might like that, I don't know. And we'll have the fender flares here to just give it a little bit more of an aggressive look. These are 18-inch wheels. You'll have manually adjustable manually folding side view mirrors, but power adjustable. Let's get that correct. You will have blind spot monitoring there as well. Take a quick look at the remote and we'll turn around and take advantage of the Louisiana sunshine. Lock, unlock, you have remote start, your panic button, and this is a proximity key. So we turn back around here. A very unique look for this vehicle. It's definitely not something that you're going to have a hard time finding in most parking lots unless there's a bunch of other Santa Cruzes around. And we finish things off here with another unique look, but I think it's tastefully done with the LED tail lights. The Santa Cruz logo is stamped into the tailgate right here. And one thing that makes this very different is the fact that while it has something similar to what the Honda Ridgeline does, there's something I do wish was a little bit different here. You have the in-bed storage right here with the drain plug right there. But it's a little bit harder to get to, not terribly, but it would be nice if the tailgate would swing open in one direction or the other. But for the height of the truck and the fact that the tailgate isn't that large, it's not that hard to reach inside or just hop up on the tailgate like this and get to that area. But nice to see some advantages there with the extra storage. And speaking of extra storage, we also have space on each side right here. One on the left side and one on the right, and you have your bed liner. Under the hood is the 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine. And while this may not sound very impressive, keep in mind this is a very small truck and there could be some advantages with gas mileage. We'll see shortly, but 191 horsepower and 181 pounds-feet of torque mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. How about the MPGs? I don't know how well you can see it, so I'll tell you what they are. 22 city, 30 highway, 25 combined, and 4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Speaking of gas, this model has a 17.7-gallon gas tank. On a single tank of gas in the city, you should be able to drive about 389 miles. And on the highway, you should be able to drive about 531 miles. Depending on if you go front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with the Santa Cruz, you can tow 3,500 pounds or up to 5,000 pounds. You also have the bumper steps right here to make it easy to gain access to the bed if you need to get in there and grab something, whatever the case is. I like the fact that the tailgate is nice and dampened. You have 1,411 pounds of payload. We will also find some tie downs here in the rear and a couple more in the front. And one more important point that I know a lot of you might want to know about, let me actually show this to you, and that is the fact that you have a spare tire. When it comes to your rear seat passengers, the one thing I do wish was a little different here is the fact that you have plastic right here on the armrest. Maybe that's not terribly uncomfortable, it doesn't seem that bad, but it does seem like there should be some padding right there. You have the bottle holder right there, the under seat storage, and the tools to change a tire if you need to do that. When it comes to rear seat space, I do actually have quite a bit of head space. Let's turn the camera around so I can show you that. See that? There is a lot of head space back here. I am sitting straight up, by the way. The passenger seat is fairly far back, reclined quite a bit as far as the seat back goes. But if it were in a more conventional place, I would definitely have a lot more leg space. In fact, let's slide over here and see if there's much of a difference. I guess both seats are about the same. But I do have plenty of room where that is concerned, just not much room to get my feet through there behind the center console, but that's okay. I can be comfortable right here, so not too bad. I do wish there was a little bit more recline built into these seats, but I think it's okay for some short trips around town, maybe even a small road trip. People might be comfortable back here. Rear seat storage right here with the seat pocket and a couple of USB ports as well. Let's not get our pockets mixed up with ports, right? Now you'll notice there's no rear air conditioning vents back here, but in an interior of this size, I don't think that's going to be a big deal unless you live in the Mojave Desert. Here's your fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in, and the rear window has a defogger. And I have to mention it because it's here. When the driver drops the hammer on 191 horsepower, well, the old crap handles are here. And how about the sticker price? It's $30,845. If you see somebody asking what the price is in the comments section, you know they didn't watch the whole video. Don't tell them the price. Say watch the video. A little bit more space with the armrest here, but the front armrests, unlike the back seat with the doors, are padded. You can see that right here. There's some padding there. I don't know why that's not on the back doors. Larger door bin. Well, actually, we didn't have a door bin on the back doors. We do have a large door bin here. And here's something that's useful. And I'm starting to see this in more and more vehicles. This is nothing new, but it's nice to see it. And that's automakers using this area right here. The only thing I wonder is, should that maybe be enclosed and have a separate lid, or do you like having that open as it is? But it is nice to have all of that space right there, in addition to the glove box. On the driver's side door, nothing out of the ordinary. Lock, unlock, all the controls for your power windows. You can lock and unlock the windows, and the controls for your power adjustable side view mirrors. Take a look here. Pretty much know what all is here, I think, so we're not going to say too much about that. You have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. You drop that lever, and that lets you adjust it. Here's a multitasker. It not only controls your lighting, your front headlights and your tail lights, but it also controls those blinky things as long as you keep your turn signal fluid filled up. That reservoir is right next to the windshield wiper fluid reservoir, so keep that full so you can use your blinkers. And your windshield wiper control right there. Now, something that I really like here is the dual 12.3-inch screens. The driver's display and the touch screen. You'll notice that it has a little bit of a curvature to it up here on this side. That allows it to be more driver focused, tilted at the driver. That works well. Or maybe I should say angled at the driver, but a nice modern look. I really like what we have here. You have several different driving modes you can go through. You have Smart, Sport, you have Normal, and we can go all the way back down there to Smart and start over again. There is your drive mode selector. Your steering wheel mounted controls, I think pretty self-explanatory as far as all that goes. Easy to deal with where that is concerned. Now, how about your infotainment screen? You can wirelessly pair your smartphone and use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you want to see all of your icons, I know some of you would like to see where that is. Hit Setup right there. Very easy to deal with. It's simple. Everything is very much what I'd call self-explanatory here. You can use the hunt and peck method if you want to do that. You have your driver assistance right here. We can go in and take a quick look at what all is here. As far as you can see, we have quite a few things to talk about here as far as your driving safety features go. Forward safety, you've got your forward safety warning timing, and then lane safety, blind spot safety, and safe exit. And you can turn some of those on and off depending on what you want to do. And you can see what else is here. Climate, lights, all of that is here. Door convenience. I'm not going to cover every single little thing, but just to show you some of those things that are here and how easy this is to deal with as far as the technology goes. Here is your backup camera in case you are curious about that. You're going to have the nice bright trajectory lines, and there are a couple of different views here. I like this view because it takes up more of the screen. That's nice to have. I know a lot of you like to see that. And then there is the view looking down towards the ground from the tailgate area. If you need to back up to a trailer and hitch up and try and tow 3,500 or 5,000 pounds, depending on if you have front wheel drive or all-wheel drive, or just to see what's behind you. And as far as your map goes right here, you can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to add whatever app it is you like to use for maps, whether it's Google Maps or whatever the case is. And you can see what else is here as far as the different options go and what you might need to control. Obviously, you can control volume right here, changing stations or what you're listening to right there. Now, we do have single zone climate control, but again, in this interior size, I don't think that's going to be a problem. You can also see your connectivity options down there, a couple of USB options, and our shifter right here. I think that will be a popular thing with a lot of people who like the conventional style shifters. I know a lot of people complain about the push button shifters, but obviously that's not here. And you can see what all is down here, including auto hold. You have your push button parking brake, or power parking brake, I should say, and cup holders, as well as our center console. Let me show you one thing here. You can easily remove that tray right there and give yourself even more room, or you can store whatever you want to in here and leave the tray inside. Taking a quick look at the upper console, you can see what is here. Not a whole lot to talk about, but I know a lot of people like to know about what's going on in that area, in addition to everything else we've talked about. One more important point before we take our test drive is that on this particular model, you're going to find manually adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. All right, let's see what the test drive is like. We're going to get out on the road. Now, I'm in sport mode right now. I know a lot of people are going to wonder about 191 horsepower. Is it enough? Well, it doesn't seem to be a problem to get up to speed for me. I'm not trying very hard, barely at quarter throttle, getting up to speed with absolutely no problem. I'm a little bit above the speed limit now of 45 miles per hour and didn't have any trouble getting there. Now, under every single situation, I can't say for sure what will or won't happen. Some of you might be able to tell us down in the comments section, but based on the little time I've had in this Santa Cruz, it's not too bad. It seems to get down the road with no problems. The ride quality seems to be good. And one nice thing about such a small, compact vehicle like this is the fact that it's definitely going to be very agile. Very easy to maneuver around, a nice tight turning radius. No issues where that is concerned at all. The gas pedal and the brake pedal, very easy to adjust to, and it's easy to see out of. But don't forget, you have all those great safety features to make that kind of thing even easier, including blind spot monitoring built into those power adjustable side view mirrors. Now, I am going to hopefully make a nice turn right here. We're going to let this last vehicle pass here, even though I could easily accelerate in front of them, but I just hate to take those kind of chances. Turns out they were driving under the speed limit, I would imagine. Pretty slow, but not a big deal. We want to be safe. No viral videos because of having accidents. Now, I'm going to get on it just a little bit here and see if I can get up to speed a little bit faster. If you're planning on buying a Santa Cruz, you know what? You definitely need to take one out for a test drive before you draw any conclusions as to what the experience is like as far as driving goes. Steering is nice and tight. I like the easy manageability of the brake pedal and the gas pedal, and the fact that everything is very easy to get to from the driver's seat. The seats themselves, as far as the driver's seat goes, seem to be pretty comfortable. Depending on who you are in your situation, you need to sit in here and find out for yourself. But as I showed you earlier, there is no shortage of space. So whether you're 5 feet tall or 6 feet plus, you definitely have the ability to adjust everything to your liking as far as the seat position goes and as far as the steering wheel goes. A lot of room left here. I'm 5'10", so I'm not really tall, but I definitely don't feel cramped here at all, and I can tell that somebody who's over 6 feet tall would also not feel cramped. Overall, I think for what it is and for the price point, and while this is obviously not the highest trim level, you definitely get a lot of features for the price. A very convenient vehicle. If this is something you're looking for, it's definitely worth heading into your local Hyundai dealership and checking it out for yourself. But that's what I like to caution people against. Don't just take my word for things, especially when it comes to the test drive. You need to get in these vehicles and drive them for yourselves so you can draw your own conclusions based on what your expectations and experience is with what you're used to driving. So tell me what you think about the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz SE front-wheel drive. Do the features match the price? Tell me what you think down in the comments section. I want to say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai for loaning me this Santa Cruz for the day so I could tell you all about it, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Please share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.